Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to talk about the bigeneration problem. Now, I did not have a problem with the Doctor bigenerating at the end of the giggle. I'm not saying I was all for it, but I didn't really have the issue with it that some fans did. I was like, oh, okay, fine. What has become a problem is the plot holes it has created since. Because I think the biggest example is in Empire of Death. Where's the 14th Doctor? Where is the 14th Doctor when Empire of Death is happening? It's so odd to know that there is another Doctor floating around out there who should be able to help or be trying to do something at least that we see nothing about. The camera is not on that Doctor. The camera is on the 15th Doctor. And some people are like, well, he got dusted. Really? The Doctor just got dusted? Now, it all boils down to, we know the 14th Doctor has a Tardis. And I'm not even going to get into the whole, which Tardis is the original Tardis? Are they both the original Tardis? Are there two Sutecs now? We're not getting into that. Let's just... That's a whole nother problem of, did Sutek just go with the split Tardis, the second Tardis? Where is there another Sutek? What? I just don't believe he would have gotten dusted unless his TARDIS 2 wasn't working. Like, the only reason the 15th Doctor got away was because they managed to get in the memory TARDIS. Because there just happened to be a memory TARDIS. Which, that whole memory TARDIS thing is weird, but fine. If 14's TARDIS was acting up the way 15's was, maybe he couldn't get in it. Maybe he couldn't use it and he got dusted. Maybe he wasn't there. I think that's another thing. Maybe him and Donna were off on an adventure, or just he was off on an adventure. But since the dusting stuff seems to be happening at all these different places and times, you figured it would affect him wherever he is. The 14th Doctor being out there and existing really creates a plot hole. Like, this would have made more sense if they had had Tennant come back for this. But this also creates the same problem in the future of anytime there's universe-ending stuff going on, especially on Earth. Wouldn't the 14th Doctor be involved since he's on Earth? And that's not even, taking into account the Curator being there. Where's the Curator? If he's still on Earth at this time, he might be gone by 2023, 2024. He might have unretired and he's back as the Doctor somewhere, but potentially there's another Doctor as the Curator on Earth too at this time. Where's he? Also, how come UNIT hasn't called in the 14th Doctor? Do they know he's there? I mean, Donna works for UNIT. Where's Donna, by the way, if she works for UNIT, unless she's on vacation? I mean, it's not out of character for Donna to miss everything, let's be honest. So all of this happening the week she's on vacation does make sense, to be honest. But, Rose works for UNIT. Donna works for UNIT. So would UNIT really be unaware of the 14th Doctor being on Earth? I mean, they were there when he bigenerated, so they know the Doctor split into two Doctors. So you figured they would know 14 was there staying with the Nobles. Don't you think they would have pulled him in with this Susan Triad stuff since they have a Doctor right there? It's kind of odd that they wouldn't be like, Doctor, we need you to come in and consult with us. We need a consultation here. It's plot holes that don't need to be there, where if 14 had just regenerated into 15 proper. Another one is Dot and Bubble. I like Dot and Bubble a lot, especially that ending. I love the ending to Dot and Bubble. My favorite story of the season, probably, actually. It's a 7 out of 10 story with an 11 out of 10 ending. It really is. But there's one little plot hole to the ending. If the 15th Doctor had really wanted to save these people, and the only reason they wouldn't go with him was because of how he looked, of how this particular Doctor, the 15th Doctor, looked, well, the 15th Doctor knows there's another Doctor right there on Earth that they might have been a little more willing to listen to because the 14th Doctor is white. Same thing, or he could have went to the Curator if the Curator was still on Earth. Why didn't he just, you won't let me save you, popped in the TARDIS, zipped back to Earth, grabbed the Curator or the 14th Doctor, and had the 14th Doctor show up with his TARDIS and be like, oh, I can come save you. And then boom, maybe they would have went with him. Now, I honestly think these people still would have found an excuse not to go with him. Maybe because he looks too old. You know, the 15th Doctor doesn't look like... The 14th Doctor doesn't look like the 10th Doctor. He's older looking. They might have thought he was old or something. They probably would have found an excuse not to go with him, to be honest. But if color was the only thing, if race was the only factor in their decision not to go with him, you had the 14th Doctor right there on Earth. And the Doctor being the Doctor, you feel like the 15th Doctor would have gone out of his way to do whatever possible to save these people. He even says that in his speech. You know, you can say whatever you want. You can think whatever you want. Just let me save your life. He could have popped back to Earth, gotten 14, brought 14 over there, and let 14 save their lives. But he didn't do that because, one, the story just wouldn't have been as good. I love the ending to Dot and Bubble the way it is. But, again, that's a plot hole that exists because of the bi-generation. Whereas if he had regenerated from 14 into 15 proper, we wouldn't have had that problem. Well, I guess he still could have gotten the Curator, but that's past that. Empire of Death, though, is the biggest one, though. Where is 14 in all this? I find it hard to believe that the Doctor being the Doctor would just let himself get dusted. It doesn't work for me. And maybe he was out there doing something, and we just didn't see that, because, again, the camera's not following 14, the camera's following 15. So maybe 14 was out there somewhere in his TARDIS trying to figure out what to do, but it all got put rights by the 15th Doctor and Millie before the 14th Doctor had it worked out. That's very much a possibility. And if we get a mention of that, maybe in season 2 from Rose, well, my uncle was, also trying to work that out. Thank goodness you fixed it before you got, whatever. I'd be fine with that. I would be okay with that. But this could cause future problems, too, where in universe-ending situations, especially in present-day Earth, where a lot of this takes place, I feel like in the modern series we spend more time on Earth than we did in the Pertwee era. Sometimes. You would think that the 14th Doctor would be involved, that he would be trying to figure out what's going on. I don't think he'd be like, well, I'm enjoying retirement. The universe is ending. You know what? Screw it. I'm retired. I'm enjoying retirement. There's another guy flying around out there solving this kind of stuff. He can handle it. What if the universe ends? Well, it's going to end with me at this table eating my dinner. It's just, I don't know. To me, I think there could be long-term consequences of this. Especially since we don't know how long 14 would stay there with Donna. Probably considerably a while, since this is how he's supposed to get his therapy and heal himself. Although we've seen with 15 that apparently that didn't take, because I thought 15 was supposed to be all healed and normal, and apparently that's not the case, which is also disappointing. But that's another video. So I want to know your thoughts on this, and if you think bi-generation has kind of caused some problems here that created some plot holes that didn't need to be here. I'd like to know all of your thoughts on the matter. Comment down below and let's talk about it. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button as well. I also have a Patreon. Also, while I'm at it, actually, 73 yards. Where's the 14th Doctor? The 15th Doctor disappeared. Where's the 14th Doctor? That's another question I have. Did he disappear? Did Ruby just never meet him and he never noticed anything was wrong? Just another little side note. Okay, back to it. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. There's a link to that down there. I want to give a shout out to a couple of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane and Colin Coney. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. It's very much appreciated. I also have a P.O. box if you like what I do and would like to subscribe to what I do. There is a link to that down in there as well. If you would like to... I'm losing my train of thought. The P.O. box is actually if there's anything you'd like to send me to look at and review. I also have a link to my Amazon wishlist and my Amazon UK wishlist as well. Most importantly, thank you for watching. There we go. That gets all that right, doesn't it? Yeah.